Jai Hind everyone, welcome again to the Patriotic IAS. In our session IAS Speeches Wala for the daily current affairs and the Hindu news analysis. Under that we will study the major news that has been covered into the today's newspaper that is relevant for the UPSC preparation and the different competitive examinations such as the state PCS and the other competitive examination. These are the 11 major areas that we will cover. We will start with this uh, two celebrities that in the two celebrities MPs into the Lok Sabha and Lok Sabha, they have not able to speak into the whole 5 years. I do understand. No? Those celebrities are the a superstar of their time in the Bollywood movies. So it will we will study this under the GS paper 2, the performance of the legislatures and the role of legislature. So after that we will study this hygiene sanitation rating system that is under the Ministry of Tourism that has been offered, and this scheme was initiated last year into the November, but still it has not been able to implemented except in the one of the pilot project. Okay. Then we will study that the constitutional position of this deputy chief minister, whether it is valid or not. Supreme Court has its own observation. We will study. So GS paper 2 executive. This is the part of GS paper 2 executive. This is important with respect to the mains perspective. This is also for the mains perspective governance, and this is for the again mains perspective GS paper 2. Then we will study this cafe opportunity. This is a case study where the disabled person, disabled people, they have brought a new initiative. Under that they can show that yes, they are capable of the doing the thing. They have break the this traditional thought. So you can use it in the under the GS paper 2 vulnerable section. You can also use into the GS paper 4 ethics, as well as you can use it in the your essay paper for giving example. After that, we will study this scientist plan to build this large atomic smasher. This is further development on the this Big Bang research and the Large Hadron Collider (LHC) that is very famous. So we will study in the GS paper 3 science and technology section, and yes, this will be the prelims as well as for the perspective of the mains. After that, we will study this black hole shadow. There is the concept of the lensing, gravitational lensing. So again, it will be important with respect to prelims and mains. Mostly prelims, because this concept you should know. After that, we will study this into the editorial news that Gandhi's Ram is not in the Ram Mandir. So here we will discuss the ideology of the Gandhi, what it means by the Ram Raj under the Gandhi. So it is very detailed. It can help you in the society as well as ethics paper, as well as GS paper 1, where you study the Gandhi and his thoughts. So here it is you can use it in the multidimensional. Okay. A global alliance to the bridge the gender equity gap. So again, with respect to the society and social justice, both you can use in this. So it is with respect to the mains. After that, the governor's role, the recent event that happens into the Tamil Nadu. The governor was not ready to go for this further reading of the customary address of the legislature. So GS paper 2, governor's role. So this is also important. Then we will study this decoding India's economic realities, GS paper 3 economy. And in the last, we will study this acceptance of RuPay and UPI in the Mauritius and Sri Lanka. So international relations, GS paper 2. So this is all about for the today's session. Let's start with the front page. The front page, we will start with this news. That is the 7 Indians have been released from the Qatar. So there has been the resumption of the relation between India and the Qatar. And Qatar is very important. This details you don't need to know. What was the case? No one know, because it is very sensitive matter. So both countries had not published till now. And yes, this main was facing with the case of the spies and spying and yes, giving data secretly. So now they are released, and yes, you should know about the India-Qatar. Qatar is important because it is the source of the energy, and it is the source of the remittance, because 8 lakh Indians are working there. So you should know the importance. Beside that, we have a Qatar is a major source of the foreign remittance because 8 lakh Indians are working. Beside that, we have the recently signed a deal with respect to $78 billion LNG deal that extend to the existing agreement to the supply to till the 2048. So the bilateral relationship between the India and Qatar has been steadily growing. Despite all this thing, we have done a smooth activities and collaboration into the polity, trade, and investment. Okay, so please remember all this thing. This news is given in a very extensive manner, detailed manner under the editorial. Here, the retail inflation eased 3 months low to the 5.1%. So yes, there has been the reduction into the this inflation. It has become 5.1 from the 5.7 previously. Okay, the food inflation, this is still 8.3, but yes, there has been the decrease from the previous 9.5. In the previous month, it was 9.5. So this is monthly basis data. You don't need to know. You should know that what is the difference between the headline inflation and the core inflation. Headline inflation that include all the basket of the this food, energy, and other areas into the whenever we are calculating the inflation. But whenever you go for the core inflation, you remove this food area and this energy area. For example, they fluctuate a lot because in the 1 month when there is the high production of the onion, there will be the very low price of this onion. But whenever there is the some of the disruption in the supply of onion in that month, it could be become 20 rupees to the 200 rupees. So lot of fluctuation. Same is with the this crude oil. Whenever there is the disruption in international market, if there is the war in the Gulf area, so increase in the crude oil is very high. That's why we exclude that. It doesn't give the real picture. So core inflation is give the stability. Okay, what is the aim of the RBI? Aim of the RBI to bring this inflation into the 4% plus minus 2 range, means 2% to the 6%. So this 5, still we have the higher than the means we are about to reach to the 4%. So again, there is need to work in the area to reduce this. Next important news that is relevant for us. Anything? No political. Yes, here you should know this Borok language. This belong from the this Tripura, and this is also known as the Tripuri. So there is the protest that they want to either use the Roman or the Bengali script. So that's why there is. So you should know this Borok language. This belongs from the Tripura, and it is also known as the Tripuri. Okay, and this belong from the Indo-Tibetan language group. So there is the many language group. One of this is the Tibeto-Indian Indo-Tibetan language group. Here it is a critical point of view of the performance of the MPs, legislature. We have seen that the two of the superstar of the Bollywood, like the Sunny Deol and Shatrughan Sinha, they didn't speak a single word into the Lok Sabha. And even this, our speaker gave them chance, talk to them. If you want to, you can speak in the 0 hours. So you should know what is the 0 hour. 0 hours is the time when this members can ask issue of the national importance. Okay. So they didn't accept it. They belong from the Gurdaspur Lok Sabha, Sunny Deol, and Asansol seat. It is for the Shatrughan Sinha. Okay. So this is here. Next important news that we will take is where this. Yes, this is the Swachh Green Leaf Rating. It is under the Union Tourism Ministry. Please remember that. This want. This want to govern particularly the rating system of hospitality sector. Hospitality sector. What is this? This could be the hotel. This could be the room stay or this camping and other area. So this all comes under this. There has been given the area that comes under that. Okay, so home stay, bed, breakfast facility, small restaurant, tea shop, all will be comes under this. What they want to do, they want to bring the world class hygiene and sanitation to these hotels resorts and homestay. Here it has given. Okay. So despite this, this was announced in the last year in the November, but still it has not been implemented, and it is about to implemented with, by the union tourism in the collaboration with the Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation. Okay. So what will be the done under that? Owners and operators of this lodging service are encouraged to adopt good practice for the improved and safe sanitary facility, fecal sludge management, segregation of solid waste at source, and promotion of alternative to the single use plastic. All these things need the investment, and that's why they are not ready to do, because they need extra expenditure and the burden on the this hotels and resorts and this all these sectors. Okay. This implemented, this include the dharmasala as well. So here it has given where it will be implemented, how it will be implemented. This is implemented into 3 tiers. It is start with the this sub district subcommittee that will be formed at the subdivision divisional magistrate. After that the district collector, and in the last it will be the chief secretary. So you will be like the all three posted. You will start with the this subdivisional magistrate. After that you will become district collector, and after that say chief secretary. So this is the plan to implement it. Next important news, this cafe of the opportunity. The name of this is the opportunity cafe. So this is going to involve the disabled people, or the people they are risked from the home. Okay, so like the people they are facing some of the exploitation or other thing, so their intellectual capacity was not that much good, but it is as per the society, if they these disabled people they think that they are not able to earn the money, or they they are not able to do anything. This is the traditional thought, but as for this they give the training for the 6 months to the this disabled people, and now they are able to serve. By that they are going to be self dependent and earn something. So it is very good initiative. You can give this example into the ethics whenever you are going to write about what are the initiative as a district magistrate you will do to improve the status of disabled people, or reduce their exploitation. You can give this such example with the name of such real example. Okay. Here it has the Supreme Court judgment with respect to the constitutional validity of the deputy CM. Deputy CM, this word has not mentioned in the constitution. So there was the case that yes, if this is not mentioned into the constitution, why you are using? So as per Supreme Court judgment, as they are following the all the rules, like they have the same salary as the minister, and they are also member of this legislative assembly, as per the same thing that is stipulated for the other minister. For normally to be a minister, you have to be a member of the legislative assembly. If you are not the member, you can be remain for the minister for the 6 months, but you have to take membership of the any of the assembly. There, if there is the two house, if there is one house, to the that house within 6 months. This is the rule for the parliament as well. Otherwise, you will be disqualified for the to remain continue. Okay, so as it is telling that if he is the part of this membership of this, and already getting the same salary as the minister, so there is no issue, there is no harm, there, nothing is means finding. If it has not mentioned in the constitution, just they can give the name. Okay. So yes, you should know that they are not means they, despite they are not mentioned in the constitution, you should know that this deputy chief minister, that has not mentioned into the constitution. There has been a shadow of this black hole has been found, and from where this event horizon telescope that has this image has found. So you should know this black hole shadow. It is result of the event horizon gravitational effect. Okay, what is this event horizon? Event horizon is the area that is between the center of this point of the black hole and the area from where the nothing goes out. Means there is the area. After that, if anything enter, they will not go out. That remains, because the gravity is so high of this point that it attract everything, even it attract the lights. And like for example, if something small particle of the iron comes near the iron, this magnet, what will happen? That will be uh, attracted by this magnet, and that particular particle cannot go outside. Okay, so same is the case here. If anything comes under even the light, that cannot go out. One more thing you should know, what is this gravitational lensing? Gravitational lensing is the impact of this high gravity force that lie, this black hole has the very high gravitational force, and due to that, this the object that comes through this, they have a bend is space time more around them, means around the black hole. There is the, for example, when it is like the, you have seen the lens, the light passing through, there is the bending. Let me show you this lensing phenomena, what happens. Yes, this is the lens. The way this light move, same happens when there is the black hole. There will be the, due to the high gravitational force, there is the bending of the this light rays. This is known as the lensing. Okay. So it is known as the lensing. This is known as the gravitational lensing because it is due to the gravitational force of this black hole, this gravity on the single point. This phenomena is called lensing here. So you should know what is the gravitational lensing. This is fine due to the around the black hole because of the strongly lens. This is for the, with a lot of mass, bend space time more around them. Okay. So this is all about. Next important thing you should know about this Large Hadron Collider. Now there is the experiment for a very long time that is going in the Geneva, this Switzerland. It is being under the European Organization for the Nuclear Research. This is also known as the SON. What they want to know the mystery of the universe, how this Big Bangs. As per the theory, there was a single point before the universe existed. There was just single point. All the force, all the mass was concentrated. There was the blast, Big Bang, and after that the universe expanded. Whatever the we see, that is the result of this Big Bang. In the same thing, we have made a very large pipeline. Under that, we want to bring the this proton with a very high speed, and we want to collide them so that we can know that what happened, if there is any chance that Big Bang situation could be created. So this is all about this. You should know that this European Organization Nuclear Research, this is also known as the SON. They are researching for the knowing the mystery of the universe, and this experiment is known as this whole pipeline. Under that, there will be the this movement acceleration of this proton is known as the Large Hadron Collider. This is the world biggest machine used a network of magnets to accelerate this particle, and this is 27 kilometer, and this is underground loop. This is not, because there is a lot of risk associated. What will happen? No one know. That's why they are doing the underground. Okay. Now we will take this article. This article is about the Gadhis. Ram is not in the Ram Mandir. So this is relevant for the GS paper 1 society as well as GS paper 1 history, because in history this the Gujarat Vidyapeeth Ahmedabad, it was founded by the Mahatma Gandhi in 1922. Please remember this fact because this is important for the prelims. Society, because how the different religion can coexist with cooperation. Here it has mentioned, whenever the question in the mains comes, you can use that. Beside that, in ethics, the religion into the politics and politics into the religion, you can write your, there are different points you can use that. It will make your answer very different from the others. Beside that, Gandhian thought of the Ram Raj, here it has mentioned, so you can use into the political science optional as well. Whenever the Gandhi's thought is there, it is in the syllabus. So let's see that it is taking that, yes, starting with this paragraph, that Gandhi has the deep faith in the Vaishnava faith, and since his birth he was visiting the temple of the Ram and the Krishna. Okay, so it became the habit of the Gandhi. Here further it mentioned that the Gandhi sought to make politics religious and religion practical. Okay, so it wanted to bring the good thing into the politics, Like there are so many moral and ethical thing into the religion that is being brought, and religion practical. It should not be based on the rituals and yes, so many orthodoxy. It should be the practical, that could be the practically the, it could bring the discipline in the people. Okay, so like the getting into the morning and taking a bath after that worship means regulate to day life, but it is not to go for the sacrifice. This is the rituals. This doesn't have any practical value. So he was talking that anything that is not practical, that is harmful, should be out of the religion, and whatever the good thing is should be brought into the politics. But now what is happening, you can see in the process. Here, further it was talking, this paragraph is talking that he built upon a neglected strand of Indian tradition, the path of Karma Yoga and spiritual realization through the social action. Okay, so his religion was mainly based on the social, spiritual realization. Spiritual realization through the social action means you think about different thing and go in the society and serve the people, was like that. Gandhi aimed to work for the purification of politics and reform the formal religion. Okay, so there is the three question that has been given here, that was being asked uh, by a teachers to the Gandhi. This three religion, the three question is that the first question is that if is it necessary for a Hindu to follow the life of Sri Ramchandra? Okay, also to go to see his image into the temple. Is the darshan better than the action? Means we should just go and just do the regular thing, go and see the God and take the darshan. Is it the only about the following the religion? So one question is this. The second question is this: if we bow our head and join our hand to a person, if the person is there, he reply, he bow down, or he gives something. But if we do it against before the God, there is no reply, nothing like that. So he is asking that is not it is like the writing a letter to a God, like the who never replies. Okay, so he is taking that this is the not the active thing, means you are, it is the one way romance, it is not romance from the both way. So here the question is that the third is that if the person go and worship the image, and if the image has some historical existence, so if something that image, that personality in the past would have been done wrong, will not it come to the people who are going to worshipping that person, that image? Okay, so three question was here. The Gandhiji replied in the following way. He said that it is not necessary for any Hindu to go to the temple and to worship. Okay, there is no need. You have to follow the actions of the God, the Rama. It is not that whatever the good thing is the Rama, and for him it is Rama does not mean that the historical factor. Ram or anything is the omnipotent God that is symbolized the good. Here it has God as a truth, and I recognize truth by the name of the Rama. It is not the Rama that is the historical fact. I worship that Ram, but I worship that the like the truth as the God. Okay, and this Ram could be anything. Despite the he was taking lot of name of the Ram and the Ram Nama, Tulsi Das Ramcharitmanas his writing. So there was the confusion that if he is doing so, he is not showing the biasness or the showing a particular inclination. If the Muslims comes or the Christian comes, how they will go with this Ram and Ram Nama or the other thing. So he says, Gandhi once asked about this question. He said that I love within myself that if the people think that my Ram or the my this is the associated with the Hindu only, this is not the means right thing. It's just a mockery. The my Ram is the omnipotent and omnipresent. He is everywhere. That is the God. He can be named by the any name. Various name can be used for him. So he's for him it is the Ram, Rahim's everything is equal. His Ram is not that Ram of that Ram that was the son of the Dasrath, king of Ayodhya, but his Ram is the God that reflects the truth. Everything is good. So again, his Ram Raj is also the connote the a ideal ideal picture of the state and where the people is living in the harmony and they get the justice. Even here it has mentioned that in his Ramraj, even the weakest person will get the justice with the here. The Ramraj is undoubtedly the true democracy in which the meanest citizens could assure of the swift justice without an elaborate and costly procedure. This is the Ram Raj of the Gandhi. So whenever you are going to write anything about the Ram Raj, please use this thing because this shows the maturity in your writing. Okay. He may utter the himself, Allah or the Khuda or anything that shows the he may utter of himself Allah Khuda also so as not to mar the harmony of the sound. Okay. And here, Gandhi knew the deep, serious implication of upholding the Ram as the just religious figure. Where the people, he knew that the India has the multi-religious, multicultural society. So there could be always chances of the conflict such as the Hindu-Muslim, and that's why already such divide has been there due to the British policy. So he don't wanted to deepen this. He after that he starts saying that yes, this Ram Raj is a divine Raj. This is nothing to do with the any of the particular religion. And here it is saying that Ram and Rahim are one and the same deity for me, and they reflect the God of truth and righteousness. This is the here. And now what is we see in the present day, politicization of religion is the reverse of what Gandhi stood for. The what we are seeing that one prime minister that is going for the showing the ritualistic procedure of one religion. If there is the secular tendency, if there was the Supreme Court judgment as per this writer, what the prime minister was expected, he just have the congratulated. But he shouldn't have the participated like showing that his partisan tendency of the religion and showing that yes, he had the deep faith and the dedication in the public, in the eyes of the public. So this is not that was the that Ram Raj or the Ram of the Gandhi. This is very different. This is the political use of the name of the Ram or the religion. So here it has mentioned. Next important news is with respect to this global alliance to bridge the gender equity and gender gap. So here it is talking about the how the policy of the government that is trying to bring there is the what is the gap between the men and women in the different area. So he has started with the New Delhi declaration on the G20 summit, and under that we try to bring the socio-economic empowerment, bridging the digital divide, driving the climate action, okay, and ensuring food security, nutrition, health, and well-being among the other thing, okay. Even in the world, on the World Economic Forum, there was a discussion, and the main thing we launched the Alliance for the Global Good, Gender Equity and Equality. That was the theme of that, okay. Further, it is telling that yes, the women's reservation will bolster the governance and bring the equity. It is expected to contribute extensive improving of the process of India's governance, because whenever there will be the representation by the women, they will bring the issues faced by the women. There will be the real addressal. For example, the women face the in running the household activities, women face the domestic violence, women face the issue with the alcohols and use of excessive alcohols. Okay. Women face the price rise issue because whenever the male go and buy the thing on the higher cost, it reacts on the women and the female member of the house. So this all the things, whenever there is the unemployment, the most vulnerability is faced by the women of the house. So all that could be in the governance, there will be a tremendous improvement, and we have seen it in the inclusion of women into the PRI. Panchayati Raj institution. Okay, so there has been improvement. Okay, but yes, still there is the some of the issue like the Pati Panchayat, means the husband of the women is running the governance. So there has been shift, but yes, this women's representation had impacted. Now it has mentioned that the government has also allocated $27 billion for the gender budget into this budget 2023-2024 previous budget, that has the revised estimate that is given in the this budget. Okay. Here there has been the increase in the India's female labor force participation, and that increase is from the 23% to 37% between the 2017-18 to 2023. Okay. So as per the data that has been given is from the this labor force periodic labor force survey. Okay. Here in the education, the enrollment in the higher education by the female has increased 28%. Means if it was 10 years back 100, now it is 128 women are enrolling. So number of the women enrollment has increased. Beside that, they have also increased presence into the STEAM. STEAM is for the S for the science, and T for the technology, E for the engineering, and M for the mathematics courses. Okay. So yes, it is showing it is the one of the world largest enrollment, and here it has given that the near about the 9 crore women participated in the self-help group, and the number of self-help group that is the women centric is the 83 lakh. Okay, so this provide them to the a platform where they can come, they can make a group, they can cooperate, and they can produce something and they can sell. Okay. So this is all about. Further, it has mentioned that this alliance for the this global good and gender equality and equality now serve as the platform for the channelizing the resultant the enthusiasm among the women. Okay, and it bring the global cooperation at the global level. And here it has mentioned a lot of organization, ministry like this has been supported by the Ministry of Women and the Child Development, the Melinda and the Gates Foundation, they have supported. So okay, so it will have a global network and expertise. That's why there will be the global level of the think tanks. They will give their different opinion, their new ideas. There will be the industry, country. So all this will help into the augmenting this women empowerment. So this is all about. So here it has given that one of the example of this at the global level, what India is driven by this Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that one earth and one family, one future. And yes, the Indian government is following on the same line, Sabka Saath, Sabka Prayas, Sabka Vishwa, that is representing this alliance for the global good, gender equity and equality. So let's see, whenever you are going to write this women empowerment on the essay paper or the GS paper 1 or GS paper 2, vulnerable section, GS paper 2, GS paper 1, society. So please bring all this thing. Next important news that we will take is from this governor role. Yesterday we saw that the governor of the Tamil Nadu, he refused to further read this customary address that is generally done by the governor and the president whenever there is the first at the every year at the beginning of the session, the governor reads the customary address. So here we saw that yes, he was not agreeing. He thought that this address, there are so many points, so many paragraphs that is not as per the constitution as per him. Okay, so after that this address was read by the speaker, and further there was some of the means counter statement that was not as per the constitution or as per the dignity of this post they are holding for the governor and speaker. They are making such comment like the childish comment. So it's reduced, decline the status, constitutional status of that post. Though here it has mentioned that this governor post has been always been as the linchpin between the central government and the state government, but it has been used by those government at the center to control the state government if it is in the opposition party, if the government of the state is the from the ruled by the opposition party. So always the governor try to create some of the issues, and some of the there is also always the resistance that has been mentioned. So whenever such thing comes, you should write this two important commission and their recommendation that yes, as per the Sarkaria Commission, okay, and the Punchi Commission, okay. So these two commission talk about there should be the non-political post. It should be the non-political. Whoever coming to this post, he should be from the eminent personality, and who that person should not be involved into the politics. So, but here it has mentioned that they come as the eminent personality, but when they come to this post, after that they detract from the this real function what is given to them. Okay. So governors at this should be no criticism to make no policy pronouncement against the center. This is not the case, because whenever the state government he give such type of the comment to the party, those party that is at the center, they are controlling the center. Beside that, the next important news that we will take, that is going into the Pakistan. We saw that how there is the hung assembly into the Pakistan National Assembly. We saw that how the Imran Khan was being isolated, and how his total means he was not allowed to contest, speak anything into the election campaign. He is in the jail. And beside that, there is so many leaders from this party, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, they are into the jail. And yes, many of these leaders from this party, they were forced to leave the politics, because there is the haunting of these political leaders. Okay, so the army tried to totally dismantle this Mr. Khan's political vehicle, but that has not case, because the people have given largest mandate, 101 seats, and out of this 93 is to the PTI directly. Okay, so this is showing that yes, army tried to bring its power, keep itself into the power by any means. So they brought the Nawaz Sharif, and the Nawaz Sharif was not able to get the seat, and there is even the 2-3 party, they are not able to make the party. That's why Nawaz Sharif asked for the unity government, asking most of the party to come together except the PTI, and the army chief general Asim Munir had the support for that. Okay. So this is all about for this news. Next important news that we will take is yes. Okay, so this is the critical view of the Indian economy. Again, this is from the Subramaniam Swamy. This is he is belong from the BJP, and he was the former Union Minister of the Commerce and Law and Justice. So he has brought a critical view that India's GDP growth rate declined annually from 2016 and fell below to 3.6. So he is telling that the representation, whatever the government is coming with this 7%, 7.3% growth rate, this is not the true. That is the distortion of the fact. Why he is calling this distortion of the fact? Because he is telling that the government is not taking this the initial growth base. For example, what he want to tell, just let me explain that what he is telling. He is telling that let's see that the growth rate of India for the economy, that was the 6% from the 2016. Okay, there was 2019 when the pandemic came, and there is the 2024 now. Okay, he is telling that this growth rate declined. Here it declined to become to the 80 rupees. Here the GDP was 100 rupees, so growth was 100 to 6, but due to this pandemic it declined to the 80. Okay, so again it's grew by the 4%, and it reached to the 108. Okay, so if you will compare with this 100 before the pandemic to 2016, just I am assuming, so it will be just 8 rupees of the growth. But if you will compare with this 80 rupees, so it shows that 28 rupees of the growth. So if as per this writer, he is telling that the government is using this to show that it has been huge growth, 8%. But in the reality, the growth is very low. It is near about 4% and less than that. Here it has mentioned. Okay. So here it has mentioned that the Congress socialist period was ended when it was in the 1977. Now they start liberalizing in the economy. Liberalizing means giving more says to the private player. decreasing the role of the state, like the state gives the permit and how many products you can produce. For example, if I am producing the fan, the state government or the government will say that I cannot produce more than 100 fan. So if it is, if this restriction of 100 or 1000 is withdrawal, as I am given the freedom that as much as fan I can produce, I can produce. It is depend upon the demand from the people. If the people are buying, they are happy with my fan, there should no restriction from the government. Government also give the permit whether I can produce this fan or not. This is also withdrawal. So this is known as the withdrawal of a state. And yes, in the socialistic countries, there is the more role of the government, and in capitalists, there is the less role of the government. They give the freedom to the people like me, who is the private sector. Okay. So produce. So he's telling that when we do the liberalization, particularly it's reach into the peak between the 1991 to 2014-15. Okay, as per him. So the GDP rate growth, this growth rate increased 6 to 8%. So okay, so here he is telling that what is alarming since the Modi government assumed the office is that the serious decline in the GDP growth rate, and decline had begun in 2016 itself and continue even today. And it's why this failed, because this failed to the structural economic policy coherence. They do not have any concrete plan. As per him, they come with the one plan and they do not give the data with respect to that. For example, as in 2019, the government promised that they will increase the GDP of India by the 5 trillion by the 2024. But they didn't give anything concrete that how they will double this GDP by the 2024, means the growth rate should be the 15%. Okay. So they came with this policy. For example, they came with the policies such as that they will bring the smart cities, but there was no result that how many smart city has been developed. But the policy change periodically without the giving the result, without the giving the accountability. He is telling that yes, such type of the government shows the inaccountability toward the people, and that is not good for the economy as well. Okay. Here it is telling that the Modi government was elected democratically, hence its obligation to disclose the transparency to the people that is lacking, as per him. Okay. Besides that, it is talking that yes, a market system with transparent and minimal regulation works, in the principal driver are the incentive domestic saving, whose deployment is the innovation push to the factor of productivity, and thus okay. So if there will be the push from the private savings and other such thing, if there will be the type transparency, only then I can believe that yes, the economy is going well, then I can invest more and more, and only then this will be the increase into the GDP. And that is here it is mentioning that even the China understand, that's why there is the transparency in their economic area, despite their politically they are totalitarian, they are the dictator. He is telling that the government is of the China in the political is not that much democratic, but in the economics they have brought it under the leadership of the Deng Xiaoping. Please remember this name, Deng Xiaoping. That is considered as the bringing the liberalization and capitalism into the Chinese economy, and he is considered for the growth, economic growth of the China. So in the word history you will study about the Deng Xiaoping. Okay. In the last, it has mentioned that even in the Russian case, there was so much chaos. They didn't brought the transparency in its economic, and they brought the deregulation in their economy without any proper coherence. And if this is going to happen, now he is telling that the Indian status is some like that. There will be the current slow slide of the autocracy would lead to the what happened into the Russia, as per him. So yes, whenever you are going to criticize, this is not that much useful. But yes, if you want some critical point, you can get from here. Next important news is with respect to this associated with the economics and its reform, and it has been compared with this government and the previous government, UPA government and the NDA government under Modi ji. So here it has been mentioned so much reform, but all it has been compared as well. Different area has been covered. For example, here it has started with the what the government has done for the inflation, what it should have been done. So here it has mentioned that yes, it has it has done very less for the supply side of the factor of the food inflation. For example, why there is the inflation? Inflation means the increase in the price. For example, if the tomato is for the 10 rupees, if it is become the 30 rupees per kg, so inflation is high. Okay, so why inflation is there? If the tomato is less and people are more to buy with the more money, so there will be the seller will increase the price. So if supply is increased, then the price could be reduced. If there is the 10 quintal and demand is for the 100 quintal, so price will be high. But if there is the 100 quintal of the tomatoes, then the price will not that much. There will be the less price. So it has, this is the supply side, means you supplied the tomato. So what we have done from the supply side is very less. Was just it has done the this imposing the ad hoc export to export ban, means now the farmers cannot export to the foreign countries, so it will remain in the country. That's why the price will decrease, but it is not that much innovative, or it is not going to benefit the farmers, because if the farmers cannot export, they have the less choices for their product, so they will be in the loss. Okay, so here it has mentioned that yes, government has done the issue, the cash benefit transfer scheme like the uh, PM Kisan Nidhi Yojana. Okay, and beside that, it has also distributed free food grains to the poor household. They can neither improve the agriculture productivity nor modernize the storage and marketing. By these are the just for the consumption purpose, but this has not impacted the this supply side. Productivity has not increased. Productivity means if the same field is producing the 100 quintal, if the productivity is increased, it could be the 110 quintal. Okay, so this has not been increased, and that's why the food item price such as the vegetable, pulse, and cereals that was continuously high food inflation. Okay, so the one method that this government brought to reduce, increase the supply side was to the bring the facilitate a wholesale corporate to take over of the Indian food and agriculture economy by the enacting this farm law, and that was repealed later due to the farm protest. But as the farmers thought that this will bring the business and industry sector to this farming sector, and they will not able to, whatever the benefit they are getting, they will not able to get that. That's why they protested and it was repealed. Further, it is talking about this problem with respect to this investment as well. This problem of UPA has the issue of that they have the high export, but the thing is that rapidly there was the import as well. For example, if you are exporting, export and import, just let me explain that what it wants to say, tell that what this is the India. Okay, and yes, if we are exporting, means it money is, product is going out, and foreign exchange is coming, so this is good for the country. But what is that if you are exporting 100 to 200, so this is the benefit, but the same time if the import that is coming was 150 and it also increased to the 400, so the benefit getting from this will be not that much, and we will be overall loss. So in UPA there was the high export, but the issue was that the import was much more, and beside that this import became much higher because the crude oil price became very high at the time of the UPA government. Now it is around $70 per barrel. At that particular time, it reached 120 barrel per dollar. This was the main reason, and India is dependent on this crude oil. UPA government have to pay lot of. So it is mentioning here. Okay, so it was due to the rising global crude oil price that UPA had the high import. Okay, here during the NDA government, neither the export has increased that much, neither the import. Okay, both has not seen that much increase. Okay, so why there is the trade external trade balance. During the NDA decade, the net FDI flows increased but the same time the remittance inflow that decreased, okay, decline compared to the UPA government. Here it has given. For example, here there is the two situation the same time. What is the investment? Foreign companies coming into the India, okay. Foreign companies coming into the India for investment, okay. So this investment increased during the NDA government. The second thing, people go outside India, like the in the Saudi Arabia or the Qatar or the UAE, different places. Now they are going Israel as well. They go and they earn, they send the money, foreign currency into the India. So it also increased the foreign exchange currency. Now this investment is increasing as compared to the UPA government, but this remittance has been decreased under the this government as compared to the UPA government. Here it has mentioned. So please see. Here it has mentioned that yes, and due to that, beside that we have seen the depreciation of the dollar, as depreciation of the money as compared to the dollar has also high as compared to the UPA government. In the UPA, it became 43 to the 60 rupees. Okay, so what is this? Depreciation means what you do generally, you have the 100 rupees, you go and ask for the dollar. If you have to buy something from the foreign country, for example, if you want to, this is Europe, you want to buy something. This is the $100 price. Okay, $100, 100 euro. What could be the, for the simplification, I will take that this $1 is equal to 100 rupees. So you have to buy $100, then you will pay to the this European, and European will give you the this product. Okay. So what you do, you give you go with the, if it is $1 cost for the 100 rupees, what you have to give? You have to give 10,000 rupees to buy this $100. Okay, and after that you will pay this $100 and they will pay you. So this money, this dollars go to this. Okay, so in the depreciation, what happens, instead of this 100 rupees, same $1, you will have to buy the 120 rupees. Means the value of this rupees decreases. Means same dollar you have to cost more. Means you have to pay more. So if you have to get 100, now you have to pay $12,000. So this has been depreciation, and that's why you feel inflation. If there is the depreciation, this import become costlier, and yes, import from the foreign country become costlier, and yes, export from the India become um, less costlier, means cheaper. Okay, so this is given, and due to the global surge in the inflation price, this and depreciation simultaneously, this inflation became very high in India, because already this there is the depreciation of money, and the price of this become instead of 100, 110. So you have to pay $10 more. So you have to buy 10 more. So you have to pay extra how much? 120 plus 10, 1200 more. Okay, so you have to add 1200 here. So your cost become very high in case of if there is the inflation in the foreign market and your rupees depreciate. Please understand, this is very conceptual thing. UPSC ask on such conceptual in a conceptual question in the prelims. Here it had discussed with the non-performing asset. What is the non-performing asset? When you go to the bank and take the loan, and after particular days you have to pay after every month some EMI, and after some years you have to pay full amount. Okay, if you are not able to pay in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, gradually it's become the if you didn't pay the first EMI, after 30 days, after 60 days, you still not paid. So this become the different level of the stress. Means bank is thinking that yes, that person doesn't have the capacity to pay. Now the money is, the bank is going to lose that money. After 90 days, it's come under the stress loan. Okay, means that loan that is given to me become the non-performing. That is not giving the EMI, that is not giving the interest. Means the money like the, it is drowned. Okay. So this is the NPA. So NPA was increased during the UPA, and the India government claimed that they resolved this NPA issue. But here it has mentioned that this NPA that has been paid mostly is from the government writ off. Writ off means you leave that money. You says that that person means I have taken 10 lakh of the loan. After the 3 month, this become stress money, and after gradually it's become the for the stress level increases. Okay, so many a times it's the money is considered that this is the lost money. Gradually it increased and it's become the lost money. Okay, in that case, the government says to the banks, listen, we will pay you. Don't ask to the me for that money. So in that case, here it is talking out for the 1 lakh, 14.8 lakh crore was the writ off, means government reaches to the bank and says that please take don't take money, and this money maximum this stress money was the with the industries. For example, this Vijay Malla, he left the country with the so much stress money. He didn't pay the to the Punjab National Bank (PNB). So in that case, the this by this you are giving the industries, this rich people. If this writ off is given, this is writ off to the Vijay Mallya like people. So you are giving that money from the taking this where the government get the money from the people, the taxes the we pay. So you are taking taxes from us, and you are writing off this money from the this industry, this big big industry and the companies. So this is not considered the good. Okay. So here it has given that government has paid 2.90 lakh, and every year they are giving the interest. They are recapitalization bond. Recapitalization bond means government if doesn't have money, what they issue the a bond. People will give the money and take the bond. After 10 years maybe they will come for the money of the bond. In the between they give the interest. So this interest amounting for the 19,000 per year. Okay, so all this money, and beside that this bank recapitalization, the way it has been done in the UPA, there is the account auditing by the CAG. CAG is an institution that audit the government, different government expenditure. So for the NDA government, this has not been done. Auditing has not been done. So that's why this bring the accountability to whom you give the money and by what the method. Here you have given this by the bank recapitalization, but the CAG has not audited that. Means people will not able to know the exact figure and what was going on. Okay, so there will be the lack of transparency. It has mentioned. Okay, here it has mentioned the income and economic employment situation of the people. As per this, it has mentioned that yes, this budget bring the a very good impact, positive impact, as it has increased the this income of the people, and the finance minister has claimed that the income of people has increased by the 50% under the this NDA government. But as per the analysis, the government, there has been the 43% increase in the per capita income in the real term in the this NDA government, and in the previous UPA government it was 50%. So it is higher as compared to the this government, the per capita income, the real per capita income. Okay, you must have been knowing the what is the real per capita income. Means your capacity to buy the thing, means after adjusting the inflation. I explained one day that yes, income, if nominal income increases, there is the two types of the increase. Nominal income, nominal is only in the money value. Money value means instead of 100 rupees your salary become 150, but this is the nominal. But what happens, same times the inflation increase. For example, there was the you were able to buy 1 liter of the milk into the 40 rupees, gas into the 200 rupees. Okay, take this 15,000 and 50,000. Okay, 200 gas, and vegetables 150, and yes, your rice, wheat and other thing into the 500. So total is become gradually it's become 60 rupees for the other thing. So it's become 100. This okay, this become 1,000 rupees. Now The price of this different areas for milk, it's become the 70 rupees, the gas 800 rupees, this household thing, it's become 700 rupees. So you are not able to buy the vegetable. In that case, your capacity to buy this same product reduce. Means despite there is the increase in rupees, but due to the increase in inflation, you are not able to buy the previous. Means your income in real terms reduced. Okay, so this is if with increase in this, your income also increase means 5,000, then you will be able to buy all this thing, and plus you can buy other thing like the you can bring the chicken, cheese, okay, whatever you want to buy, you can buy extra thing. So this is the real income, this is the nominal income. So as per this, the real income of the UPA government was 50% enhancement, in the this government 40%. Here it has given the unemployment rate. What has happened with the unemployment rate as compared to this and this how it is calculated by the both current week and weekly status and the adjusted usual status of the people. They go the survey, under this survey people officials go and ask that in the last 7 days how much days you employed, and that's on the that basis there is the this data. Okay, so this shows that the unemployment has declined and it has been become lowest into the last 50 years as per this data. This type of the low unemployment was in the 72, 73 when there was a India-Pakistan war. After that there will be the there was the freedom for the Bangladesh. So unemployment was particularly high among the urban youth, and it was among those with the education level of the secondary and above, because the people with the education, they wait for the job, they want a better job, and that's why they do not employed. And in general in the rural area, people become the self-employed, they start working their field, their agriculture, their different farm non-farm activity, and that's why there is. But the casual working condition has been very poor, because the casual job has been declined in the this whole time. Okay, here it has mentioned that the share of the value added has declined, and there has been an increase in the share of the workers engaged in the agriculture. Means if the people are going back to the in agriculture, means there is the lack of the job into the casual market or the salary or the manufacturing area. So here it has given that yes, points toward the growing informalization of the labor force. So if the salaries and this social safety network is decreasing, means the you are not getting the a formal job, means where you are paid with the salary, you have the PF and other thing that provide you security when the job is not there. You will go with the contract, then it is the informalization. You don't have the social security such as the this security when you lost the job. With respect to the skilling, government has claimed that yes, they have skilled near about 1.4 crore, and they have also additionally re-skilled on other activities. They have 1.10 crore certified candidates they have provided. Okay. So here it has given this, but the job they have provided, it is very low. Okay. So that's why despite to have provided the skilling, but the job of these people have not that much as per the demand. So what happened when you are skilling the people and you are not providing the job, there will be the more people to do the same job with the lesser amount, and that's why it's resulted into the damper on the wage and the earning growth. For example, I am working in an institute, and here I am expected to the salary growth after the 1 years or the 6 month. But what the work I am doing, there are the 10 people more waiting for the same job with the same skill. So with the will the even they are waiting if the salary will be lesser than what I am getting. So will I get the chance to increase in my salary? No. And in that case, this become the damper on the wage and the this earning growth. I don't have that much chance, because there are the lot of people. The creation of this is very low. So this is all about. This is the critical point of view on this economic status of the currently that is going on. Next important news that we will take is with respect to use. Please see this beautiful picture. This is known as the Aurora borealis. So, or aurora australis is also there. In this condition, this is real picture. This is not lightning. This is the in the real the sky looks like that. This happens in the Arctic's polar area. So this beautiful picture you can see. You cannot see on the this. Tropical area, they are on the poles, both poles and polar circle. It's happened. Why it's happened? Because it happens due to the interaction between the earth magnetic field and this solar flares and the solar sunspot. Okay, for example, from the suns there is the plasma of ions. This is the earth and there is the magnetic field like this. And yes, from the suns there are the solar flare and they are the charged particles. They come in the contact with this magnetic field, and by that, due to the immersion of the ions, there is the different this emit the radiation in the different color of the light, and this gives such a beautiful pictures. So I will show you that such pictures. Let me show you. Okay, so this is the real, this is the natural picture. This is not the lightning. You can see. Okay, see how beautiful it looks. This is the real picture. This is not scenery. This is picture. This type of the thing you can see in the polar areas. Okay. Next important news that we will take is with respect to this rupee and UPI that has been rolled into the Mauritius and the Sri Lanka. So this is important for the India-Sri Lanka relationship. You should remember that now the Indian currency, domestic currency has become more acceptable. That's why it is good for the India, because it gives resilience and also it's result into the de-dollarization. There is the less value of the dollar if we start doing the such things. So now an Indian traveler, if you are going to for the planning for the Mauritius, your UPI you can use your UPI, and the person from the Mauritius in India, they can also use their instant payment system. Okay. So this is known as the Mauritius card, and it will be with the Mauritius, and the banks of the Mauritius, they will issue the rupee card. Okay. And yes, if you are going there in the ATMs, you can withdraw, you can pay by the POS terminals. On the whenever you go for the shopping, you give your card, they take the money. So same, that is the POS, point of sale. This is known as the point of sale. Okay, so this is the same. We are also doing same with the Sri Lanka as well. So please remember, whenever you are writing for the India Mauritius relation or India Sri Lanka relation, this is important. So here I think we have covered most of the area in a very detailed manner. Here that's why this session become a bit lengthy. But yes, there was a lot of content. That's why we have to take extra time. So here I will conclude my session. Thank you for giving your precious time. All the best. Jai Hind.